Hi, I'm Mohamad Mohty from the Sorbonne University and Saint-Antoine Hospital in Paris. And it is my great pleasure today to give you a sort of an update or highlight about the GvHD stories at EHA 2021. This is the annual virtual meeting of the European Hematology Association. We have seen several communications on GvHD, but for the sake of time, I thought to select two key presentations. The first one is about a major randomized phase 3 trial in chronic GvHD, first-line treatment. Remember, standard of care is the use of corticosteroids, and until recently, we never did better than corticosteroids. And I think one attractive option was to combine prednisone plus ibrutinib, which is already approved actually in the US for refractory corticosteroid refractory chronic GvHD. So is there a benefit of combining corticosteroids plus ibrutinib versus corticosteroids and placebo? So this is a major randomized phase 3 trial, the so-called integrate trial. And we've seen these results at the last EHA 2021. Unfortunately, the trial didn't achieve its primary endpoint because from a statistical point of view, the difference was not significant between the two arms. However, we must admit there is likely a slight advantage for using ibrutinib plus prednisone combination. So this trial highlights how complicated it can be when it comes to trying to improve the standard of care in graft versus host disease, especially chronic graft versus host disease, which is a very heterogeneous complication. Not all patients are the same. Probably one size does not fit all. But I think the investigators did really a great job, and I think this is going to be work in progress because probably there is some value in using ibrutinib, at least in refractory chronic GvHD, and then we'll have to figure out how it can be used in earlier lines. The other key communication I have selected during EHA 2021 was about the treatment of steroid-refractory acute GvHD with ruxolitinib. Remember, we had the REACH2 trial published in the New England Journal of Medicine and already reported in different congresses. And here during EHA 2021, we had an important communication analyzing the crossover group, because in this REACH2 trial, which compared ruxolitinib as a salvage therapy for corticosteroid refractory acute GvHD to best available therapy, at some point, a subset of patients were able to switch to ruxolitinib. They were treated in the best available therapy arm, and they were able to switch to ruxolitinib arm. So this group consisted of 49 patients. Their characteristics are roughly similar to the rest of the patients in this trial. And as best available therapies, they have received different options like MMF, methotrexate, photopheresis, infliximab, etanercept, etc. And what's really important is to see that the response rate at day 28, but also at day 56 in this crossover subgroup was similar to what has been observed in the patient in the ruxolitinib arm, and the response rate at day 28 was 67.3%, including almost 47% of complete remissions. So this is really very important, very interesting, especially that the safety profile is similar to what you would expect in the rest of the population. So I think this analysis, this subgroup analysis from the REACH2 trial is providing additional confidence and clearly more and more establishing ruxolitinib as a standard of care for corticosteroid refractory acute GvHD. And this is really very exciting because for several decades, we didn't have any validated option in this very hard to treat group of patients, the corticosteroid acute GvHD.